Hi guys, how's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Okay, so I know that we last time we left with some homework, and we kind of discussed a little bit about maybe going home and spending at least one night together where you guys could do something with each other. Did you guys ever end up spending that night together with each other?
No, that didn't happen. I ended up staying late for work.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what happened with her. I tried to do something after I got off work, but of course,
She stayed late at work, and she wasn't answering her phone when I was calling to see
because I was at work.
where she was, because she was supposed to be home at 6, and it was 8. So I was calling her, and she was not answering. So,
Okay.
I
So
got
tell
a
me,
little mad.
tell me something. Have you guys spoken about this situation at home yet? Or is this something that we're just now kind of discussing as a whole here?
I mean, is speaking and yelling the same?
Okay. So tell me what exactly did this conversation look like when you guys were at home?
It wasn't much of a conversation because I couldn't get a word in because since I've cheated months ago, she's still hanging that over my head. She's like, you're cheating, just yelling and screaming. I'm like, no, I was really at work. I don't know how you want me to prove this to you. Like, we were busy. My phone died, so it was nothing I could even do.
That's always the excuse, your phone's died. Buy a
Okay.
charger.
My phone was broken.
And still, right now, it seems as though both of you are kind of talking at each other without really taking the time to listen to
Yeah,
one
she doesn't know
another.
how to listen. She doesn't know how to listen or talk. So.
Okay.
Maybe if you would pick up the phone and call people, I would listen.
Okay, so she's having issues with some of the ways that you communicate as well, though. It seems like at the same time that you have issues with certain things that certain ways that she's communicating, she might find other things. So maybe we could kind of talk about what happened with the homework, and then kind of work through some of those communication gaps that are occurring. Does that work with you?
Okay. I can try.
So if we're gonna, let's say, replay this conversation over again, and we were to communicate appropriately, would you be facing away from each other or towards each other?
I mean, this is usually how we are.
Okay, so it might benefit you both to turn towards one another when you speak. Having an open body form, being able to actively listen to one another, is that something that we think we can try right now?
I'll give it a try and see
Okay.
if I can get her to realize that I'm not cheating.
Okay.
That helps.
Okay, so I want you to start off, because it must have happened that she stayed late at work and then you brought a concern to her about staying late at work. Okay, so how can you tell her what you wanted to say? Can you reiterate what you stated last time?
I tried to call you. You didn't answer. The phone went straight to voicemail 3 times. And I was getting worried.
Okay, aside from saying I, can you use some form of I feel statement when you're speaking to her?
I feel like when you don't answer, that you're hiding something.
And this is the point at which she stopped talking and you have space to freely answer in, right?
Okay. Sorry you felt that way. Once again, my phone died. You could have called me on the work phone.
Do you feel like calling her on her work phone was an option?
I mean, she doesn't like it when I do that, and I feel like if she knew her phone was dead, she could have called me on her work phone and said, hey, my phone's dead, I'm running late, I'm working late.
Do you understand where she's coming from? I guess as a form of respect. She wanted to know why you had possibly not shown up for the night that you were supposed to spend together.
I can understand where she's coming from. But it was just one of those things where I got busy at work, I got tied up, and honestly, I didn't even think about trying to contact her. I just felt like, okay, well, if I get home at about 8:30, we could still do what we had to do.
Okay.
There was really no emergency. It wasn't like anything had happened. But
Okay.
I guess I can
But what if there
understand.
was an emergency? What if something would have happened and I needed to get in touch with you?
You're right. And once again, although I don't like her calling me on my work phone because it's just kind of unprofessional, you know.
that
I
would have
guess
been
I
a
was wrong.
situation when
Yeah.
it was okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand where she's coming from in thinking that because you hadn't called her, that it was okay for her thoughts to think that something else was happening? What do
She
you
probably
think?
could have been worried, yes. I understand that, but
Mhm.
cheating, no. Because I said I was never going to cheat again. So I think she's just kind of just still hanging that all over my head as far as
Okay.
the cheating. But I understand her being worried, yes.
So I guess aside from the situation that occurred and how that could have been handled differently, I'm wondering if there's an equal level of trust in the relationship. Can you talk to her a little bit about that? What is your trust like with her?
I trust her fully.
Talk to her.
Well, I trust you fully. I understand why you probably don't trust me, but like I said, it's been months since that happened. I haven't given you any other reasons as to why you can't trust me. I don't really call you as much as you call me all the time, checking in. And I just feel like you don't trust. I feel like I'm never going to regain your trust again. At all. Nothing I can do, say, flowers, cards, texts.
Well, I feel like I start trusting you again, and then things like that happens, and it makes me concerned because that's exactly what you were doing when you were cheating on me. Not answering the phone when I was calling you. Saying you were at work when you really weren't. Saying you were working late. I mean, I believe that you were there, but you can see where I'm coming from. Like,
So to help her, aside from doing all those tasks that you're doing for her, what sorts of things do you think you could tell her you could do for her to reassure her that the trust is still there?
I could try to maybe call you before I get off, letting you know, hey, I'm getting off. Or if my phone happens to die, I could call you from the work phone, hey, I'm running late.
okay.
Maybe something, because I know you spoke about something being a little more time consuming and being so rushed at work.
Yeah.
So, thinking about how you can solve some of the trust issues that are in play right here, and thinking what is the quickest way for me to handle this that will benefit me, but also show her that I'm invested in the relationship.
Yeah, like I said, I'll just probably try to just call her.
Okay.
Maybe lunchtime if I know I'm going to. But sometimes I find out that I have to work late earlier in the day, and I just slips my mind to call her. So maybe I can start calling her, or just shoot her a quick text. Working late.
Do you talk to her often during the day? Or
Like I said, my job is very demanding, so I'm in and out of meetings.
okay, so
Really
lunch seems
busy.
to be the time when you have time to yourself.
Yes.
Do you think that that's something you could try doing at least twice this week?
Okay.
Shooting her a text message, even if you're not working late, just to tell her something?
Okay.
Or to check
can
in
try
with
that.
her? Would that work for you?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, great. We'll come back and talk about that next time.
Okay, sounds
Okay.
great. Perfect.
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right, thank you.